to Youth Signal Live. I'm Mingxuan.
And I'm永淇. Tonight we are diving into a really important topic, Be You, Be Happy. Sounds simple, right? But for a lot of Malaysian teenagers, it's not that easy.
When you were a teenager, were you happy? Did you think you were be happy?
Yes, I feel so happy because on that time we didn't need to care about a lot of our image. We just play with our friends. How about you, Mingxuan?
I think so too. Like we didn't have to care about what we look like, what we are doing, and where we are going. I think I was a very happy teenager.
Because you got a lot of boy you have interest on?
No, I think you are the one that has a lot of boy. That's why you are very happy as a teenager.
Maybe.
Okay, so I would say for now, there are a lot of teenagers that actually face a lot of issues such as peer pressure, social media, grades, and also family expectations. Were you met with this kind of issues when you were a teenager?
Yes, because you know that nowadays people tends to play a lot of social media, right?
Yeah.
So people will get to exposed to social media issues and things blah 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 stuff.
Yeah.
So I think also one of the reason that relates to peer pressure because you will get cyberbullying or even you will boycott by others' friends.
Okay, so many teens put on a smile nowadays, but deep down they might be struggling. So tonight we're peeling back the layers to find out what's really going on behind a teenager.
And we have got a special guest, a teenager who is brave enough to share their story with us. So stay with us. It's going to be an eye-opening conversation.
In Malaysia, the number of teenagers smoking and vaping is on the rise, raising concerns among parents, teachers, and health officials. Recent studies show a worrying trend. More minors are picking up the habit despite regulation. Authorities say the fight against teen smoking and vaping is now a top priority.
Kita hadir untuk mengangkat satu ikrar, satu komitmen, satu tekad, satu azam yang melindungi generasi akan datang daripada bahaya produk merokok.
的确是越来越普遍了。最近我看到我学校也是越来越多人吸电子烟了。
我觉得是很普遍啊，像也是有在那种厕所吸啊，他们吸那种，或者是在那种 IG 啊，他们可能发自拍就可以看到。
I think it's quite easy because sometimes when I go on a road trip, I can see a lot of vaping stores selling those vape stuff.
Currently, not that I know of where government have taken any action. Example, any campaign or any ban or share any knowledge about the negative side or negative effect.
我是认为是同侪，然后还有那种社交媒体的那种渲染。我还是认为政府要管制。
我觉得压力大是一部分啊，然后还有是对这种电子烟的好奇心，就想尝试，可能就会有点上瘾。
我觉得是出于好奇，还有同辈的压力了，然后或者是朋友的影响之类的了。I think definitely it need to be stricter because seems like currently it seems like it is very acceptable.
各方面都做好自己的角色，所以我觉得政府断绝是最重要的。
What advice would you give to younger students who may be tempted to try smoking or vaping for the first time?
Just don't.
Just don't. It's easy to try but hard to undo the damage. The government is stepping up to protect us.
Gets a very bad rap nowadays with teenagers and also children alike. But it's not always about being pushed into doing something wrong, such as smoking, drinking, or even taking drugs. Sometimes it's the silent pressure, dressing a certain way, getting top marks, or posting the perfect photo online.
Oh yes, the Instagram live, everyone is smiling, everyone is traveling, everyone is eating fancy brunch. But behind the screen, not always sunshine and rainbows.
Totally, and that's the gap we are exploring tonight. The difference between appearing happy and being truly happy is a tough balance for teenagers today.
And for parents, teachers, even friends who are listening, this isn't just a teen issue. It's about understanding what young people are facing so we can support them better.
拿到我是不是？
金哥，
是要看到
等一下，金哥，OK，结语。
And now let's welcome our guest. Thank you, Marcus. Thank you so much for being here. How are you feeling?
Hi, my name is Marcus and I'm 17 years old this year. I study in a school in KL and I'm currently taking my SPM for this year.
So do you feel nervous now?
I'm actually feeling a little nervous because this is my first time on this kind of radio or talk show type.
Don't worry, this is a safe space.
Okay.
We just want to hear your perspective.
Mhm.
So let's start simple. So when someone asks if you are happy, what is your first reaction?
My first reaction is to always tell them that I'm happy because I think you wouldn't want to give your negative emotions to other people because when you're not very close to somebody, you do not know what they know about you or what they don't know about you. So I think if you throw your negative emotions and you tell them that, oh no, I'm not feeling happy today, they are very hard to answer my question also. Because I think if you tell somebody that you are sad, what do you expect them to reply you? I don't think it's a very good thing to tell people that you're sad as we don't show our negative emotions to other people. So going back to your question, yeah, I would tell people that I'm happy when people ask me if I'm happy or not.
But I think if the friends really take you as a true friends, I think telling your negative emotion is a
Yeah, I would say I would tell some of my close friends and family, but like if outsiders such as even you guys, because I'm not very close to you all, even when you all ask me whether I'm feeling happy, I would tell you guys that yeah, I'm feeling happy. That will be my first reaction.
What kind of pressures do you feel most strongly? Friends, social media, or school?
I think friends, social media, or school. For now, I think it will be school because I think in school you will be faced with a lot of pressure because the school that I go to is actually quite well known in their studies. So I think sometimes when you are in this kind of school, you will feel a lot of pressure because you would like to get into the top class or even the top 10 in the whole year. And I think it's actually very scary because you would like to get the best grades among everyone, but then sometimes there will still be other people that will always be smarter than you, even though no matter how hard you work, some people will still be smarter than you. So I think it's very stressful when I'm in school because I'm in the top class for now and I would like to aim to be in the top 10, but sometimes I think it's very stressful and I feel a lot of pressures from my teachers and also my other classmates because I want to get into the top 10. So I'll be very worried about my grades sometimes. Yeah.
So following to the next question, do you ever feel like you have got to put on a happy face even when inside it's different?
Of course, I would say everybody does that sometimes because you will need to hide your real emotions. Because like I have said just now, it's very hard to show other people your real emotions all the time. And if you don't put on a happy face, people will ask you what is wrong. But it's very hard to explain to other people what is going on also. So I think putting on a happy face is actually very common to other people, such as even if you are not feeling very happy today, you will still have to put on a happy face because nobody made you angry or sad, but it's your own issue. So I think you wouldn't show your sad face out to other people. Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
How does scrolling through social media, seeing other people's life, affect you personally?
I would say I tend to use social media quite a lot, but because SPM is coming up, I use it quite less because I would like to get better grades. So I will try to limit my social media intake and also my usage. So I actually set a screen time limit for all of my social media, which is Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and I only try to aim to use them only 1 hour per day. And I think I used to let social media pressure me a lot because I see a lot of people, They are living the different lives, and I'm stuck here in my own home, not doing anything, but I'm just studying. So I think social media also causes pressure too, among like my friends and myself. But I think social media is not as much pressure to me as compared to my school and my grades, because I think for now I would put my school as my top priority. I wouldn't even put my friends or my family as my top priority. So I would say in my ranking I'll put school as my top priority, the second being the family and friends, and lastly social media. So I would say social media does not really affect me as much as I think it affects my other friends.
So for the last question, what do you usually do when you feel that pressure gets too heavy?
Whenever I feel pressure gets too heavy, I think I would like to go for badminton most of the time with my friends, because I think badminton is a very good way for me to release stress and also release my pressure. Because when I feel that I'm sweating the sweat out, I feel all my pressure and also my stress being relieved, and I don't have to worry anymore about things. I'm just focusing on playing the hobby that I love to play. I also think sleeping is a very good way for me, even though I can't really waste time sleeping because I don't have enough time to study. But I think sleeping might be a good idea when it comes to when I'm feeling very lethargic or I'm very feeling tired, and I will sleep and I will try to just take a quick power nap or even sleep 2-3 hours just for me to recharge myself.
Wow, thank you for being so open. I think so many teenagers listening right now can relate to what you have just said.
Exactly. Let's take a quick break, but when we come back, we will talk solutions. How can teenagers push back against peer pressure and find real happiness?
Back to Youth Signal Live. before the break, 永琪周快去点. Our guest gave us a real look into what it feels like to be a teenager today. Now, let's focus on the bright side. What can actually help? So we have gathered a few comments from the YouTube section, and now we would like to ask Wing-K to read out a few questions from the comment section that they would like to ask Marcus.
So, Marcus, how you can maintain your top class?
I would say it's because my mom is actually a tuition teacher, so she would push me and my sister to do the best in our work. So she will also guide us, as she's a maths teacher. Even though I don't like maths, but she will still push us to do the best in our maths and maths, because for maths and maths sometimes this is you just have to not be careless so that you will get the right answer, and just doing the right formula you'll be able to understand. And for other subjects such as English, Malay, Chinese, I think reading is very important, and also speaking the language is also very important. And for the other subjects, you just need to understand the subjects, then you'll be able to get very good results in these subjects.
So if you want to continue your studies in the future, what course do you want to take in your university?
I'm actually looking into 2 subjects right now. One is architect and the other is a doctor. But I think I'm leaning more towards the architect side, because I think for doctor you will need to learn a lot of science. But I think my maths and my maths is stronger, as I say my mom is a maths tuition teacher. So I think if architect, I can use all of these figures when I'm doing my work, or when I'm actually counting or calculating everything. I think it will be much easier if I take architect. And I also very like to design different buildings, so I think I'm looking into architect as my tertiary study.
I see. So, if you could wave a magic wand, what is one thing you wish adults like parents or teachers understood better about what you go through?
If I could wave a magic wand, I think I would like to let them know that I actually am very stressed about my studies, and sometimes they might think that studies is not the end of the world, but for me I think it's the end of the world, because if I do not get the grades that I want, I'll feel very sad, and then I'll be very pressured, and then I won't be very happy with myself. So I hope that my parents and teachers will actually know that studies to me is very important, and that I really take it very seriously. I also would like to say that sometimes there are some things that can be done next time, so I don't have to do it right now. So if I have a magic wand, I think I would like to let them step in my shoes for one day, that they'll be able to see things from my point of view, that I'm feeling very stressed out from studying, and that they should like let me relax, and not only keep trying to push me to do better and trying to push me to study harder, even though I'm already giving my best.
So,
and if another teenager came up to you and said, I feel pressured to fit in, I don't know how to deal with it, what advice would you give them? I think if another teenager come up to me and they say I feel pressured, I really don't have very good advice for them, because I'm also feeling pressured by school and by my studies right now. But if you're talking about peer pressure, I think you just need to find the right group of friends, because if you have the right group of friends, I think you won't actually feel the pressure to fit in, because even if you're very crazy and you find the right group of friends, you'll be able to be crazy together. So I think if you feel peer pressure, you just have to find the right group of friends. You might not be able to find it now, because now there are still a lot of people that might be very fake, and they are using you just because you are, like for me, I'm very smart, so they are just using me, and they want to ask me to teach them how to study. And there are really friends like this, but I think you just have to find the right group of friends. And also, if you feel pressure from social media, I think you can follow after my footsteps, and you just stop looking at social media as much. So when you stop looking at social media as much, you won't be able to feel the pressure, like you have to keep up a different lifestyle on social media, or you have to follow up on different things on social media, such as going to different countries, experiencing new things, or just playing in general. So I think these are my 2 points on how to deal with pressure to fitting in. Yeah, and this is the advice I would give them.
That's powerful. And for everyone listening, resilience isn't about never feeling pressure. It's about bouncing back, finding friends who lift you up, and being okay with being different.
切 A2 没有切另外一个 A2， 切我那个 A2 前也是一样，这样我们可以 agak， 因为我们 A2 都是2分钟吧。哈？
In Malaysia, the number of teenagers smoking and vaping is on the rise, raising concerns among parents, teachers, and health officials. Recent studies show a worrying trend. More minors are picking up the habit despite regulation. Authorities say the fight against teen smoking and vaping is now a top priority.
Kita hadir untuk mengangkat satu ikrar, satu komitmen, satu tekad, satu azam yang melindungi generasi akan datang daripada bahaya produk merokok.
的确是越来越普遍的嘛。最近我看到我学校也是越来越多人吸电子烟了。
我觉得是很普遍啊，像也是有在那种厕所吸啊，东西那种，或者是在那种 IG 啊，他们可能发自拍就可以看到。
I think it's quite easy because sometimes when I go on a road trip, I can see a lot of vaping stores selling those vape stuff.
Currently, not that I know of where government have taken any action. Example, any campaign or any ban or share any knowledge about the negative side or negative effect.
我是认为是同才，然后还有那种社交媒体的那种渲染。我还是认为政府要管制。
我觉得压力大是一部分啊，然后还有是对这种电子烟的好奇心，就想尝试，可能就会有点上瘾。
我觉得是出于好奇，还有同辈的压力了，然后或者是朋友的影响之类的。I think definitely it need to be stricter because seems like currently it seems like it is very acceptable.
各方面都做好自己的角色，所以我觉得政府断绝是最重要的。
What advice would you give to younger students who may be tempted to try smoking or vaping for the first time?
Just don't.
Just don't. It's easy to try but hard to undo the damage. The government is stepping up to protect us.
Happiness isn't about pretending everything's true. So Marcus, gathering from the comments, we have another few more questions for you from this section.
So for the first question, hello Marcus.
Hi.
Are you happy now?
I think now at this point, I think I'm quite happy, but I'm also very stressed out because SPM is coming up in a few months' time. So I think it's important to stay happy and continue being happy here. But then I think coming on this radio, I think I really enjoy it because this is a very new experience for me, and I can go back and tell my friends and my family what I actually have shared on the radio. I think they are even watching the live right now.
Hello Marcus.
Hello. So
hello Marcus, parent, papa, mama.
It's
Hello.
very interesting and it's very fun. This is a very fun and happy experience for me. But then I think I can be happier. I think now I'm at a very I'm just like that, but then maybe I can go like that more next time. But I think I will go like this when I finish my exams lah, because I'm very stressed right now for my exams.
So do you prepare fully for your SPM already?
Actually I think I will never be fully prepared because I hope that I will get 10 A's.
Okay.
Because 10 A plus, because I want to have the best result, so that if I either go to STPM or I go into my foundation or my A-level program in university next time, I would like to try to get a full scholarship so that I don't have to use my parents' money, and then I'll be able to enjoy my university life. Yeah.
So you would like to proceed STPM then continue to university?
I think if I would like to continue, I would choose STPM first because I'll then be able to get into government universities when I start my degree, because I think Malaysia has very famous government universities such as UPM. I think the architecture program is also very famous there. So I think if I'm able to get into the government university for this, it's very good for me, and then in the future I can get a good job also from these universities.
Hopefully you can achieve your 10 straight A's. Plus.
Okay, so thank you very much.
So whether you are a teenager or someone supporting them, remember, encourage real conversations and celebrate authenticity over perfection.
You've been listening to Youth Signal Live. Remember, be you, be happy. Good night and take care. Because I'm happy.
Clap along if you